Hello, you are welcome. The question here says a ball of mass 5 kg hits a smooth vertical wall horizontally with a speed of 4 meters per second and rebounds with a speed of 2.5 meters per second. Find the impulse experienced by the ball. Now, if you look at this, let's just give a little illustration to this. We have a ball that is going in this direction, for example, and the ball is 5 kg large. So the mass of the ball is 5 kg. And it is moving with a speed of 4 meters per second. 4 meters per second, as you can see here. And then there's a wall that is a vertical wall. So this is the wall now. Now this ball comes to strike the wall, and in the process it rebounds. That means it goes to its opposite direction from where it is coming from. After hitting the wall, it goes back in this direction, and with a speed of 2.5 meters per second. And then we're asked to find the impulse that the wall experiences. So this is just a little illustration of what we have there. So now I would like us to look at this, that as the ball is moving in this direction, let's take this direction as a positive direction. Don't forget, in momentum and impulse problems, you have to take direction into consideration. So in this direction, its velocity is 4 meters per second, and I'm taking this direction as a positive direction. So its velocity here is positive 4 meters per second. Now, by the time it rebounds and gets back to this direction, which is the opposite direction now, its velocity will no longer be positive, but negative. Don't forget, velocity is a vector quantity, so we have to take direction into consideration. So the direction is now the opposite direction. So if this direction is positive, as I've taken here, that means this opposite direction will be negative. And so we have to represent that by using the velocity. So I'm putting the value minus for the velocity to show an opposite direction. So now we are going to apply the impulse formula to solve the problem. Don't forget, impulse is equal to momentum. So the formula that we're going to apply here is impulse, which is Ft, is equal to change in momentum, which is mass multiplied by the final velocity minus the initial velocity. Now in this question, this initial velocity is u. That is the velocity with which it started with. That is the initial velocity u. And this final velocity is v. So this is v. So don't forget, u is positive 4 meters per second and v is negative 2.5 meters per second. And we are going to be applying this formula now to find the impulse, which is Ft. So don't forget, Ft means impulse. That is force times time. And that will be equal to, substituting values now, the mass is 5 kilograms. Don't forget, the mass of the object is 5 kilograms. That is the mass of the ball, 5 kilograms. So I'm going to write 5, open brackets. The final velocity is negative 2.5. So minus 2.5. And then this formula, the minus in this formula, I'm going to write it now. And then minus, then the u, the value of u is 4 meters per second. That is a positive value, 4. And then I close the bracket. And that will be equal to 5, which is the mass there, 5 multiplied by what I have in this bracket, which is negative 2.5 minus 4. And that will give me negative 6.5. these two give me negative 6.5. So by the time I multiply it, I'm going to get ft, which is the impulse, as 32.5 when I multiply the two values. So it's going to give me 32.5. Don't forget the negative sign is there. Let me put the negative sign. So minus 32.5 by the time I multiply by this negative 6.5. So I have minus 32.5. So this is the impulse. This negative sign is telling us that the direction of the impulse is in this direction. So the wall experiences the impulse in this direction. So that is what the negative sign is indicating. But finally, we can just conclude now and say, therefore, impulse, which is the ft, is equal to, we can now remove the negative sign and simply write 32.5. The unit of impulse is Newton seconds. That is Newton for force and then seconds for time. Don't forget the unit can also be kilogram meter per second. That is for momentum, because they are both equal. Impulse is equal to momentum. So the final answer is 32.5 Newton seconds. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and share this video so that others can learn from it. And don't forget to join me in my next video. Thank you for watching.